100 games, one winner. This week, we decide the greatest game of all time. It's the ultimate Pixel Picks Top 100 Games Showdown. Hello and welcome to a very special episode of the Pixel Parents Podcast, the show that discusses all things gaming from the perspective of parents. I am your host, Liam Kirkkelvin, and today I'm of course joined by the bearded one, Scott, the OG Tastemaker Curry. How are we, Scott?
I'm excited, Liam, dressed up for the occasion, and I'm ready to see Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games get the credit that it deserves after all this time.
Indeed. Yeah, it's probably worth reminding, today is not a normal episode. It has been 2 years in the making. Who can believe that? 2 years, Scott, of our lives gone into this ginormous list that I'm sure everybody will agree with the entrance on there. But for those new or needing a reminder of what led us here, it is the Pixel Picks Showdown, where each week we each picked a game from a chosen theme and decided which one deserved to live on the hallowed Pixel Picks list, which is our definitive list of the best 100 games we recommend and will pass on to the next generation of gamers. Now, Scott, that's every Pixel Picks Showdown, every debate, every wild shout. It is all builded to this moment. And
builded, Liam.
It's all built. I'm excited. I'm leaving that in. Fuck it. But it's our full top 100 games list, and we've also got to shout out to the veiled one, Alex. His picks are in here as well. His chaos is here. He's part of the history, and he will absolutely have opinions on how this goes. But we will fight the good fight for Alex and his picks in this as well as we go. But before we get into how everything works, Scott, it's only right I get a little bit of housekeeping out the road. Let's just get it out the road. So, of course, if you're new, if you're old, you know that this is the Pixel Parents Podcast, which is a weekly gaming show by parents discussing all things gaming whilst raising little ones. You can get new episodes every Friday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And please subscribe to us on YouTube so you don't miss our tired faces. You can also support the show for free at patreon.com/pixelparents. You'll get bonus shows, community chat, and it'll never cost you a penny. Like, share, subscribe, all the usual stuff. It helps us out. And of course, thank you to everybody that joins us each and every week. Right, Scott. I think we should get into how it works this week for our viewers and listeners' benefit, but also probably for Scott's benefit as well, because we've went over this a few times, and we don't want to do what happened with the top 50 showdown. This is different. This is the end game moment right here. But how it works, right? 28 games of the 100 will go straight into round 2. They're safe for now. The other 72 will go into round 1, and the rules are very simple. We're going to quickly debate the best in each matchup. If the game wins, they move on to the next round. Lose, and they're immediately out, Scott. Snapped from all existence. There's no seeding. There's no easy path here, despite the 28 buys. We're going to have to decide every matchup as they come up. It's been randomised until one game is left standing. And then, Scott, we will crown the greatest game of all time. It's what a moment, Scott. How do you feel? You said Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Yep.
That's your pick for the greatest game of all time at this moment?
Yeah, I think it has everything, Liam. It has stakes. It has the Wii. And it's just everything, it has every character that you've ever wanted in games there. So
yeah.
I'm staking all my chips on Mario and Sonic.
100%. And we know that we've been sitting talking about this for weeks, a lot of build up, having a lot of fun, just because it's an occasion. We have got a top 100 games list. If you want to check the list in full, just go to our social media channels or go to patreon.com and /Pixel Parents. Look at me, always plugging. I'm turning into The Rock.
Yes. Happening. Would they start selling energy drinks?
exactly. But
Big drink
that 100,
energy.
all that energy, it makes a drink that makes you tired. For me, it's pretty cool before we kind of crown the top one, because you've got 100 games there, and I'm looking at it and I'm like that. Yes, we have played the vast majority of them. There's probably a couple ones either side of us who are like, right, that's definitely a Scott pick, that's definitely a Liam pick. But if I had 100 games to be left with, that's it. That's a challenge. Can someone out there play the top 100 games? Maybe we will. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But we, Scott, had to pick 28 buys. Of that 100 games, before we reveal which ones they are and move into the last, or into round one, how hard did you find that?
Yeah, I'm just going to say the word yeah. It was. I answered very quickly because I thought, just get it out. Just don't even think about it. Just look at the list, pick your 28, and then that's you. You're fine. Or pick your 14, and then that's you. You're good to go. So it wasn't as hard as you'd think it was. just been ruthless. What about yourself?
It was difficult because we each set ourselves a rule that we couldn't pick individually 2 games from the same franchise. There's a couple ones in there that's franchise-wise that pop up. Zelda, Metal Gear Solid. There's a couple God of Wars in there. There's a couple of GTAs. There's a few Mario games as well. It's quite a good peppering, but I mean, the cream will always rise to the top.
Indeed.
I'm intrigued to see how the matchups go, just to see. But for those interested, the lucky ones that have been selected by both Scott and I. Scott, can you see them on our?
I can see them on the list.
Why don't you reveal them?
So we have Batman Arkham Asylum. Liam's going to tell me if that's the correct list. Yeah.
Yep.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Grand Theft Auto 5, Mass Effect 2, Super Mario Galaxy, Elden Ring, God of War, Bioshock, The Last of Us Part 2, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, The Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, I'm not going to say 5, fuck it, Final Fantasy 7 Remake Intergrade, Hades 2, Halo, The Master Chief Collection, Metal Gear Solid, here we are, Stardew Valley, Red Dead Redemption 2, Resident Evil 4, Dark Souls, Alan Wake 2, Expedition 33, Balatro, Bloodborne, Baldur's Gate 3, Tekken 3, Super Mario Bros. 3, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and Undertale.
What a list. I mean,
it felt like I was rhyming off, like, we didn't start the fire.
Oh, good. Bloodborne, Code 4, Batman, Arkham Asylum, God of War, Taken 3, Witcher, Wales. If you keep going.
That's not a bad go.
I'm going to get struck off on YouTube for it, but it was worth it, damn it. I want to highlight there's a couple of picks in there. As we mentioned, Alex, the veiled one, his picks included Balatro and Resident Evil 4, which is a pick from Alex and Scott that week. There's a couple other ones peppered in there. I'm trying to keep a note as I go along, and I'll reference as we do. But Scott, you might as well start with round one. No more safety, right? There's a lot of games here to get through. There's going to be about 36 matches. Win, they earn their place into the next round. Lose, and we kiss them goodbye. So let's get into it. I've got my live sheet here, so I'm going to try my best to not, clickety-clack on the keyboards too much as we update. There may be some spreadsheets involved, guys. I apologise for nothing.
Absolute whore for this spreadsheet.
I am. But yeah, here we go. Round one, which is our play-in. So, round one here, the first match. Match one, we have Game A, Wii Sports, up against Power Wash Simulator 2. Scott, let's get into it. We're going to try and get through these ones extra quickly, but what one do we think deserves to go on? What one do we think is better? It's probably the better argument.
Wii Sports, more iconic, bigger impact, say no more.
Started off with a disagreement. How dare you, sir? I worship at the Church of Power Wash Simulator 2.
That's the problem.
Yeah. I got to try and put my bias to one side as much as I possibly can. I'll save the arguments for later. But yeah, Wii Sports, in terms of it being an iconic game, that moves on to the next round. So well done, Wii Sports, and strap yourself in because it's going to get tastier. Next one, Metal Gear Solid 4 versus South Park stick of truth.
There's never been an easier winner. Never been an easier. Get South Park right to fuck.
Metal Gear Solid 4, I'm trying to find an argument against it, but it's just South Park, man. It's just come up against a heavyweight in the first round. It's like Scotland at the World Cup going up against Brazil.
True, aye, that's it.
Yeah, we're saying this before the World Cup. Who knows? Maybe we beat them. But yeah, but it moves on to the next round then, nice and quick. I should also add before we get into this, we're going to try and keep the early rounds here breezy so that we can get into the meaty stuff because it's going to get hard as we go along. Next match here, Scott. Halo Combat Evolved against Guitar Hero 3.
Oh, I don't like that. One. I don't like that, Liam, because I know for a fact you're going to bat for Halo, right? But I mean, Guitar Hero 3 is like my argument here is the Master Chief Collection is on the buys, so therefore Guitar Hero has to go through. Get Halo to fuck.
Sir, I have to say wholeheartedly, I reluctantly agree because I can't have my cake and eat it, but I want you to remember this as we go on before it becomes the Kojima list.
Absolutely not. Kojima will be represented very well on this list.
Okay, so Guitar Hero 3, we move that into the next round. Next match here, Psychonauts 2 against Marvel's Midnight Suns. This is a very interesting one. This is probably a painful Liam matchup here, Scott. I'm going to admit.
It really is. I think I will let you decide on this one because I don't have any skin in the game on this.
See, I'm seeing this as we go, so I can't even kind of plot what I'm going to be strategic. So I'm like, right, okay. Psychonauts 2, I absolutely adore. I think it is one of the most underrated games of the last 10 years. But I feel the same way about Marvel's Midnight Suns. Marvel Midnight Suns is such an odd, freaky wee game. However, I'm going to go and use my head this stage in the showdown. What game am I going to pick up and play immediately and not having to sink a lot of time into? For me, I'm going to go Psychonauts 2. Got to go Psychonauts 2, Scott. Do you have any objections?
No. Midnight Suns was a bit strange. That kind of Poundland DC heroes. I don't like
DC
this.
Heroes, Jesus. Bastard. Please, if you can, play Midnight Suns. But
mate, I actually didn't even mean that.
Jesus. I'm going to just move on. Spare your blushes here. Big one next here, and it's from the same publisher. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom against Metroid Prime.
Tears of the Kingdom, 1,000,000%.
Oh, good God! It pains me so much, so Scott.
I thought you would fight more for Metroid. Metroid Prime is the best Metroid game.
I think I'm going to have to, because I know there's a lot of Zeldas on this list, and if I'm going to go for Legacy, though, I'm just like that. I know Breath of the Wild's in there somewhere, and there's other ones in there. But Tears of the Kingdom.
But Leo, I think you've just answered the question. Though, is that if we were talking about Breath of the Wild against Metroid Prime, I think I'd be quite happy for you to take Metroid in this. But Tears of the Kingdom is, in terms of modern Zelda, the best. I don't buy into the Breath of the Wild hype. They can go and
it's the same game.
It's the same game, but Tears of the Kingdom's better.
Metroid Prime, though, I hate to do it. In round one, it doesn't deserve a round one knockout. Is Metroid Prime? Pains me. But I'm also Zelda Tears of the Kingdom feels generational, but so is Metroid Prime. Think about it.
I will give you this. If you feel strongly enough about Metroid Prime, it's fine. You gave me the buy earlier on, so if you want to take it, take it.
I can't, because it's Tears of the. If it was Breath of the Wild, yes, but Tears of the Kingdom. I have to. Tears of the Kingdom next round. I hate it. I feel it's like putting your dog down. Yes. We'll move on next quickly to help me get over it. But next one here: Rocket League versus Doom 1993. Typing it already, mate. It's Doom.
Aye.
I'm
Oh,
not
fuck's
taking
sake.
any other answer here.
I was going to say
D-
Rocket League.
How dare you, sir? Because we've got to think about influence.
I
You've got to
know,
think about impact. You've got to think about how fun it is.
Yeah, but
anything we can use to make the
Rocket
argument.
League. Rocket League is all of those things.
Doom's all of those things, mate, and it's Doom. Sorry, we will not be taking any more notes. Doom next. Next one here, interesting one, Scott. Interesting. Triangle strategy versus ball pit, ball X pit, ball times pit. How do you do it?
I don't think it's that interesting, Liam. I think we both know the answer to this point.
Okay,
Triangle strategy.
Say your answer.
I'll say it fucking right. No, triangle strategy is easily the winner. I think ball pit is great in a year that had, all these games. It was brilliant and it was a nice amuse bush. But triangle strategy is a fucking phenomenal game.
Yeah, I agree. Triangle strategy it is. We'll move that on. Could progress through round one here. Next up, Fortnite versus Cuphead.
Cuphead. Put Fortnite in the fucking bin.
Cuphead's a better game. So we'll progress Cuphead. But I also just need to give honourable mention to Fortnite and its impact, whether it be good or bad, in terms of it being a phenomenon, because that will come into play as we go into the rounds. But Cuphead has the sauce, and I think it's a better game to be in with a shout. So we'll do that. Moving on. Gears of War, OG, versus Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Oh, fuck off.
That's a fucking stinker.
Off.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
Oh, no.
I kind of wish I cheated this now.
This could be one that we spend like the next 45 minutes on.
We can spend about a minute on it, right? Because we're going to be here a while, but making the case, Scott, right? We already have a buy there for Grand Theft Auto 5, right? GTA San Andreas, arguably one of, if not the greatest PS2 game of all time. So I think that might have been in that category for us. Gears of War, though, oh man, that set the tone for a generation, man. As did San Andreas, but
so did San Andreas, though. I honestly don't think I could look at my wife in the eyes ever again if we put Gears of War here.
Oh, man,
I don't think I could do it. Like, I think that every single person listening to this podcast would lose all faith in us.
Except Alex.
We'll definitely put it away then. Put Gears of War in the bin.
Okay.
This is for Yakuza.
These are two really seminal games that were
I know,
couple of years apart.
For us, it's just
yeah. But that's the point. But I'm like that. And Gears, Gears was a game I will still return to. Christ, even doing it with was it Reloaded very recently, and it's still a special game that moved Xbox forward. It moved a platform forward, you know what I mean? But at the same time, GTA San Andreas also did that with the PlayStation 2. You're right. I think in terms of its cultural impact, it has to be Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I'm not happy about it.
I'm going to give you the final say on the matter here. Mm-hmm. Gears of War doesn't have Young Turks by Rod Stewart in it.
That's also true.
It came on TikTok the other day. And it's just like transported back.
Okay, we move on then to the next one. Splinter Cell versus Yakuza Like a Dragon. A pick from Alex, I believe. In fact, that was his final
pick. Yeah.
Interesting.
You know where my heart lies, Liam. You know where it lies. Anything Sam Fisher is going to get my vote.
It's going to get my vote because I did enjoy Like a Dragon, but it's just ultimately not for me. So naturally, it's a fucking showdown. The bias will come into it. So yeah, Splinter Cell. We move on into the round one. Quick matches all round here.
Sorry,
next
Alex.
One, I know. Next one. It Takes Two against Overwatch. Two big, massive daddy games. Now, Scott, did Overwatch not win Game of the Year?
Well? Both Game of the Years, aye. I was just thinking that myself.
Oh, damn.
Shitting hell.
Two games you can't play by yourself. That is a very tasty pairing. Scott, I'm just going to put my cards on the table. I'm going to say Overwatch. Because as much as I loved It Takes Two, I have put a disgusting amount of time into Overwatch and the low dives, and also as much as I enjoyed It Takes Two, I would say that was firmly for me at best an 8 whereas Overwatch, at one point in my life, I would give that a 10, just for what it achieved. But
Liam, if we didn't have Overwatch 2, this easily, like this could have cleared everything. Do you know what I mean? Like Overwatch 2 sullied the good name of Overwatch. I am with you on this. I think that is a total no-brainer.
Okay, we'll move on then. Overwatch, you're into the next round. Well done. Match 12 here. Star Wars, Knights. Oh, Star Wars, Jesus. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic versus Power Wash Simulator.
How's Power Wash Simulator back again?
We did. Look, some people might listen to this show and say that there was, renegade influences, low-hanging fruit perhaps, to get Power Wash Simulator represented on this list, and it worked too well. Those people might be correct. But Power Wash Simulator does have 2 entries on it, Scott. We've got 1 and 2 on the list.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Because I'm just that damn good.
I think, and neither of them should go through. I think, again, the world would, the piss would be too much if we said that Power Wash Simulator was a better game than Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Even I know that, and I've never played it.
I reluctantly agree that KOTOR is one of the most influential RPGs experiences of all time, and it has to have a place in there, in terms of what it does for RPG storytelling, let alone Star Wars games. Yeah, I reluctantly put it through. My fellow sisters and brethren of the Power Wash fame and faith will be disappointed in me, but I hope they understand. But we move on to the next one. A battle of the threes here, Scott. Fallout 3 versus Burnout 3.
Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it again, because I know you're going to be all Fallout, drinking the fucking Todd Howard Kool-Aid. But listen, Burnout 3 is seminal for us all. What a game that is, and I'm not going to like it, but it is. It's like putting down a fucking dog. It's like that gif of, what'd you call him? Oh, I'll come back to that. What's his name? Okay. Who plays Wesley Snipes with the tear rolling down his eye with a gun?
Yeah, there's going to be lots of that here, so bear that in mind. But yeah, I'm with you. Fallout 3, there's no easy matches here, but Burnout 3, respect to you, but I firmly believe Fallout 3 is better than you, so it gets my vote. So we'll put that into the next round then. Tasty one next. Dishonored 2 against The Last of Us.
Nah, it's easy as The Last of Us, isn't it? It's the easiest choice.
It is The Last of Us, but again, now I am the Wesley Snipes gif, Scott. There's a tear going down my eye. I can feel it. I'll move on quickly to try and distract myself, but The Last of Us is into the next round. The winners are looking pretty good here. Animal Crossing New Horizons against a pick from Alex, Vampire Survivors. This, to me, I find this very interesting because I think they both have that cultural phenomenon, particularly within the gamer space. But man, this is hard.
Nah, I don't like this one.
It depends the mood you're in.
It depends on when you ask me.
I'm going to have to be unpopular and say Animal Crossing here, just because you take yourself back to COVID time, man, and for what that game represents, and there's not much of that representation within this list here, as much as I think Vampire Survivors is crack cocaine and will claim your soul. Animal Crossing New Horizons also did that in a very different way, but at the same time, is it a better game, Scott? Is it a better game?
I'm torn here, Liam. I'm very torn.
I'm actually thinking Vampire Survivors.
Natalie Imbruglia over here. No, it's Animal Crossing. The cultural impact is greater. And when you think about it, games that we want to pass down to the next generation, Animal Crossing is one of those cozy vibes and nice feels for all, please.
Okay, Animal Crossing New Horizons into the next round. Next matchup here, and we're going to speed that along, so I just realised we're only halfway through round one, is WWE SmackDown versus Raw 2006 versus Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Castlevania.
Yep. Jesus, it has to be the long ones, doesn't it? See, how this spreadsheet works, Scott, is I have to type it in each time. I can't copy and paste into it, sadly, because I'm a Luddite. But I can picture Alex somewhere just screaming a tip for Excel to share with us. Please do. Next one here, The Walking Dead Season 1 versus Pro Evolution Soccer 5.
The Walking Dead Season 1, please.
How dare you, sir? How dare you? Honestly, I will die in this hill.
Pro
Evolution Soccer 5 is a better game than The Walking Dead Season 1.
I will take The Walking Dead Season 1. Please, Governor.
I'm going to succumb to peer pressure here, folks. I want the world to know. I want the world to know I am putting a worse game through here. Walking Dead Season 1 into the next round. Tasty one here, Scott. Next round, Marvel's Spider-Man on PlayStation 4 against The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
It's Breath of the Wild, isn't it?
It is. I can't even.
Marvel Spider-Man's great, but it's by no means the greatest game. It's not beating Breath of the Wild.
It's not beating Breath of the Wild.
Worst game, best game on the Switch. You know,
you need to go back and play that, man. Like, it's bizarre that you like Tears of the Kingdom and not Breath of the Wild.
It's so good.
Honest to God,
so fucking good.
It's like saying I like a burger. I like a cheeseburger, but I don't like a burger. It's like, how dare, sir?
I would prefer a cheeseburger actually over a burger.
That's a perfect analogy, though. But they're both fundamentally the same thing. Yeah,
I know, but cheeseburgers are better.
God of War Ragnarok up next against Sea of Thieves.
God of War. I will have God of War Ragnarok, please.
Yep, that's probably going to be one of the easier ones we'll have of the day. Sea of Thieves was down as our best Xbox One game. We didn't have much to pick from. Next up here, Helldivers 2 is up against Hades.
Oh, I don't like it again. I don't like it. It's going to be Hades, the one at the...
That is Hades, mate, all day long. Hades, you're at the next round. We have another pick from Alex up next in the next round here, which is Starfield, coming up against none other than Uncharted 2. Stop. He's already dead.
I'm sorry.
I love Starfield, right? It is an odd, guilty pleasure, I suppose, but there are no guilty pleasures. But I can't sit here and even do a bit and pretend it's better than Uncharted 2. What that did for cinematic storytelling in games as well. Yeah, for me, Uncharted 2. You in agreement, Scott?
Easiest decision of my life.
Okay, we shall move on then to the next round. Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 4 and 5. Up against... In fact, I'm just going to get a wee VAR check on that. Nope, tell a lie. It's Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 2. That's why I had to check there. Up against Resident Evil 2 Remake.
I am so that's not even the right Spider-Man, but nah, it's Resident Evil 2 Remake is excellent, Liam. Fucking excellent. Spider-Man 2 on the PS2, nowhere near it. I love that game, Liam. I love it. But
just getting a VAR check here. I'm making that case for Spider-Man 2. Why?
I'm not.
More people will play it. More people loved it. More people enjoyed it.
I am not going to be responsible for putting a worst game through, Liam. If you want to put a worst game through, if you want to
stand here,
if you want to do it, be my guest.
Listen, we can pause for like the odd wee healthy debates. This is a tough one because I obviously respect Resident Evil 2 Remake, what it's done, but I'm a coward, Scott, so I'm going to come at it from a complete biased perspective. You're the only person there with the one that can make the deciding choice here as someone who's put plenty of time into 2. What would it be in interest of fairness?
I genuinely 1,000% think it's Resident Evil.
Okay, we'll do that.
A million percent think it's Resident Evil.
Resident Evil 2 Remake is into the next round. We have another one here. Next round. Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes up against Far Cry 3. That's an easy one for me. It's Far Cry 3. So I'm going to move on and keep this train a moving. Next round, GTA Chinatown Wars is coming up against Guacamelee.
Oh, fucking hell. 2 handheld bangers there.
Giants, Titans. Scott, I have to say Chinatown Wars, I'm sorry, because
Aye.
that game had no right.
I mean,
That game had no right.
I am not happy about it, but I will concede for Chinatown Wars.
Thank you very much, sir, for that. Into the next year, we have Outlast in the next matchup against Mass Effect Andromeda.
Go fucking hell. 2 stinkers.
Jesus.
Fucking hell.
KTV Scotland, you know what I mean?
Hey, where the hell did Mass Effect Andromeda make it in?
Mass Effect Andromeda was down as our best terrible game.
Fucking hell.
It made the list.
Just go for it. For the memes, Liam, Mass Effect Andromeda goes through.
Okay, I do think that it's a better game than Outlast, and that's not just me being a coward. But you'll move on to the next interesting one here. None other than GoldenEye on N64 is up against Lies of P.
Oh, fuck, I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's GoldenEye gets my vote here. I'm
sorry, I don't think it does for me though.
Oh man, I can't. I'm sorry. I've taken a bruising with Spider-Man 2. I have to. Lies of P is an awesome game. Amazing combat, some of the best you'll get in the Soulsborne genre. But GoldenEye, for again, couch co-op experience, the best James Bond game ever. Its place in history. I know recency bias plays into it, but GoldenEye's GoldenEye. Lies of P, a lot of games will be like, meh. You know what I mean? You have to explain it. But
yeah, go for that.
Okay, yeah, we've got one on the board, guys. One on the board. GoldenEye at the next round. Next one here, fuck's sake. Metal Gear Solid 2, Guns of the Patriots, against The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past.
I want to put in the record, it's Sons of the Patriots, but Guns of the Patriots is Metal Gear Solid 4, just for everyone, for parity here. Liam, I will take Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of the Patriots, and I have just played Zelda: A Link to the Past. I've just done it. I've literally just done it, and nowhere in the world does that ever clear Metal Gear Solid 2 for me.
I think I'm not. I got to put respect on these. This is 2 heavyweights. This is a heavyweight round there.
Of course, aye.
But I'm with you. Metal Gear Solid 2 for what it did and achieved, and for how prophetic it now feels. Plus the gameplay, it still looks like it's a brand new game in that sense. Like everything about it, genius, innovative. A Link to the Past, though, we've got to give props to it, man. Like it's a special video game. Also is influential. Because of the Zelda representation as well, I've got to take that into account. So Metal Gear Solid 2 into the next round. Next one here, another pick from Alex, which is Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I believe that was his first pick on the Pixel pick list as well. Coming up against Bayonetta. Scott, I'm going to have to say it's Street Fighter 2. I'm sorry. I will not hear it. I will not hear it.
Aye, that's fine. We'll give him one.
Alex, you have through the next round, but also quite rightfully so. Next one here, Hotline Miami is up against Pokemon Gold/Silver.
Do the thing, Liam. Do the thing.
That is Pokemon. That's Pokemon Gold/Silver. That's all day long. Will not be taking notes. I will use corruption. It's bad unless it involves me. So we've got next match here. Football Manager 24. Of all the entries on this list, man, that's the one that gets me.
I don't even know where that came from.
You made a very good argument that week in the debate, sir. Football Manager 24 is up against Grand Theft Auto 3. It's GTA 3. We move on. It's as simple as that.
Where was Football Manager there?
God, it's on the list. It's got. See if you scroll down.
I'll find it.
You can do that whilst I set up the next one. We're getting to the end of round 1 here now, folks. So next up here is Tetris Effect up against The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. Scott, this one hurts. There's the Wesley Snipes moment back here for me. I will always go to bat for A Link Between Worlds in this equation, and A Link Between Worlds is one of my favourite Zelda games. on the 3DS. It's absolutely fantastic and underplayed because of where it was. Tetris Effect is still one of the greatest games of all time. And now Effect form. A special game. But it's a difficult, Scott. I'm worried. I'm drowning. You need to pull me out here. You need to pull me out.
I've not played Tetris Effect, Liam. That's my big reveal on the show is that I've never even looked at it. And I've played a little bit of A Link Between Worlds, and for me, it's probably going to be Zelda. Not that that's just because I've played it. But if we get rid of Tetris Effect, Liam, we then have no Tetris on the list at all.
Yeah, I think I'm bearing that in mind here, but also I've got to use the head and not the heart. Tetris Effect is a very fucking special game. If you love Tetris, it's probably one of the greatest forms of Tetris out there. I still love the OG. But let's just do it. Tetris Effect into the next round.
Yeah.
We move on to the next one here, Scott. Death Stranding 2 up against Minecraft. Obviously Minecraft, isn't it?
Nah, that's a fun. Minecraft.
Death Stranding 2.
Death Stranding 2 is phenomenal.
We'll put on that list. Next one here, a couple of heavy hitters again. Super Mario Odyssey up against Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Now, we've got to put our hearts to one side, Scott, here, because we know we're going to be like that Black Ops 2 because of what it meant for us, but I can't sit here in good conscience say that's a better game than Super Mario Odyssey. Can we?
No, we can't. It's nostalgia aside. Mario Odyssey is, it's easily the better game.
Okay, Super Mario Odyssey, we're into the next round. Last one's here to go, last three. Mario Kart 8 versus Crackdown.
Mario Kart 8.
It's Mario Kart 8. I was typing it before you even said it. I can't have it. Second to last here, another one that I think there's been a bit of a mismatch here in the tournament table. Cyberpunk 2077 against Until Dawn.
See you later.
Sorry, Until Dawn.
Goodbye.
It didn't stand a chance. And last but not least, of what a way to end this. Devil May Cry 5 is coming up against your pick for number one, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Take me through, Liam.
Is he actually doing it?
Take me through. Take it through.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games gets the nod.
Thank you very much.
So funny.
Devil May Cry fans are screaming into their...
Jesus Christ almighty. Listen, they're coming after you, not after me.
Their fringes. Their emo fringes.
After 2 years of doing these debates, you've got to know when to strategically concede, don't you, Scott? And then move on. But speaking of moving on, we're into round two. Right? So this is where it gets serious. The survivors will meet the buys. Right? Now the big hitters are entering. Think of this almost like I don't know, it's like the Europa League when the Champions League teams come down and it's just like right out the road. You know what I mean? Football reference there for you, Scott. But yeah, we'll keep things moving because, we've got a few rounds to get through here, but it's going well. So, round two, the first match here, Halo Master Chief Collection against Wii Sports.
I could go for Wii Sports, Liam. I could go for Wii Sports, but I don't think you will let me.
I can't. I think we need to have some type of Halo representation into the next round. As much as I love Wii Sports, I get bored of that very easily. It was a moment in time. Whereas Halo Master Chief Collection is a moment in time that I keep going back to. And that's probably why I'm going to have to insist, sir, on the Master Chief Collection getting the next nod because it's everything. It's a bit of a cheat code, that one, because it's like all the Halos just packaged together.
I know, it's shit. I didn't like that pick.
Next round here, Scott. Oh, Jesus. BioShock is up against Metal Gear Solid 4. For fuck's sake. Scott, look, we love Metal Gear Solid 4, we love Bioshock. This is a nightmare. Like,
I
a nightmare.
oh no.
I'm sorry, like, it's because these are two big heavyweights. This is like the fight at the end of Metal Gear Solid 4. That's what it
It's
feels like.
actually
Because Bioshock is an incredibly fucking special game, and Metal Gear Solid is a very special game that is a love letter to the fans of better games in its series.
and that's why it should go through.
I know.
But it's also Bioshock. But listen, I am going to be the authority on this.
Mhm.
There are better Metal Gear Solid games to come,
Mhm.
but there are no other Bioshock games on the list. So
Okay.
for that reason, Liam, Bioshock can go through.
Bioshock, well done. Well fought. You're on to the next round. Okay, gets interesting here. It doesn't get any easier for you, mate. Undertale versus Guitar Hero 3. Scott, I have to concede in this one because I've still yet to play Undertale. This is a pick from you.
Yeah.
And it's on my to-do list for this year. So I'm a rogue, ready to go. But
I do think it is Undertale. I do think it is. I also can't remember if I said Undertale or Deltarune to you, but you've got Undertale, so play that. But Deltarune might actually be a better game for you to play.
6-1.
No, not really. no, really. But
6-1.
Undertale is a fucking incredible game. You know, Guitar Hero has music by design, but
Okay.
Undertale's soundtrack is just outrageous, and the story of it and the characters and all that are just incredible.
Okay.
So take it through.
Excellent. So we'll move to the next round here. Bloodborne is up against Psychonauts 2. Obviously Bloodborne. I can't even pretend otherwise. Bloodborne it is. Next round, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Take a pause, understand this before we go in, because we can't just go, it's just a COD. It's against The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, fuck. Put it down. Put it out of his misery.
Oh, okay, Call of Duty 4. I just said to the next. I'm joking. It's Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Jesus,
that was the one
man,
I wasn't looking forward to. That was the one I was looking forward to least was Call of Duty, because I thought you would make a bigger case for it. So I'm glad that it came up a better game.
It's fundamentally what is a better video game to me. Obviously, this is our subjective takes on it. At the end of the day, Scott, people may disagree listening to it. That's the fun. It's a bit of fun. But right now, in this moment, yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. I respect what it did for the multiplayer landscape. Completely changed the game, pun fully intended. But Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is just a different beast altogether, man. It is a generational special game that I could pass on to the next generation of gamers every time. And yeah, I think that is the first one so far from that has beaten one of the buys list. So they can be defeated, folks.
Good.
And the next one here, Batman Arkham Asylum is up against Doom 1993.
It's like Liam's children. Which child do you put down?
Oh, Jesus, man. Oh, fuck. Batman Arkham Asylum, as you know, Scott, probably it's one of my favourite games ever. Doom 1993 as well. It's such a seminal game in my own and pretty much most gamers' lives. I have to say Doom.
For the record, Liam, if I could pick this, I'd go Batman.
I want to so much, but it's Doom.
It's not though, Liam. It's Batman.
But no, I mean, I just like it's up against. It's Doom.
I know, but it's Batman Arkham Asylum. Like
also, like would Batman Arkham Asylum ever get made in an industry that isn't off the back of the success of a Doom?
Yes,
all those years prior. I don't know,
because it's Batman, and it's not a Doom shooter, a first-person shooter. It's Batman, and he's taken on all the rogues gallery of the Batman franchise.
It's an incredible. It's obviously like
you've also got big Hulk Bane. You've got you've got.
It's not making a good argument for it.
Hulky Joker. You've got all the secrets of Arkham Asylum in the background. The trophies, the Riddler trophies. You've got the combat. You've got
there's certain lines to cross, and I don't think Doom can go out this early. Like
I disagree wholeheartedly, but also Liam, I also just don't care about Doom that much. So
I think
your
for
call.
this, when we're talking video games, like it's Doom. Like
Aye, but it's also Batman, Liam.
I know, but it's just not. It's just as much as I absolutely fucking adore it. It's Doom. Like that's my argument. It's 2 words. It's Doom. Like
that's. Listen, you have to live with this on your conscience.
I do, and I need to insist we put through Doom 1993, and you can hear the pain in my voice here, but it's because if that was Doom 2016, no brainer.
In the bin almost immediately.
But it's just fucking Doom. Like that's all I can say.
There you go. Aye, there you go. Another bang wins. Another thing he wins.
Aye. Okay, next one up here: God of War versus Triangle Strategy. Scott, I'm going to put the cards on the table. Like, I would be totally biased and say God of War because, yeah,
I don't like that because I think Ragnarok's better. But okay,
I think God of War's a better game than Triangle Strategy.
I don't know if I agree, but okay.
Do you want to make a case for it going through? Because
I know for a fact it's not going to win. I know for a fact it's not going to win because I do enjoy God of War, but Triangle Strategy it got you into it, and that says a lot for a game like that.
To be fair, it was Octopath Traveler that got me into Triangle Strategy.
But Triangle Strategy was Triangle Strategy was
different gravy.
It's fine. Take it. Do it before I even think of it.
Okay, like artwork of God of War on my wall here. I'd be a fraud if I didn't push through God of War, but available at my shop. No, I'm joking. Next match up here then. Tekken 3 is up against Cuphead. Tasty.
Tasty. Put it away. Get Cuphead. Aye, put it back in the cupboard. Tekken 3 is easily winning this. You know what I mean?
Okay. Goodbye, Cuphead. Nothing more than a mug. In the end, it's Tekken 3 that's the next round. Okay, moving on swiftly. Big one. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is going up against Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Scott, this is getting harder and I'm fearing for the later rounds.
Oh, fuck.
I'm going to have to say Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. It needs to be in that next round.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Right, go on, make a case.
I just think San Andreas is a better game. I love The Witcher 3, and I think that it does a lot well. That it's taking 3 games to get there, but San Andreas is timeless. It is also a complete. It's also a complete like time warp. It's like a time machine back to that time, and it's just like you live and breathe San Andreas. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's just playing the games recently again. Having played both of these games actually within a few months of each other, the one that I had more fun with was San Andreas. And I just think that we look at San Andreas as probably one of the best games, if not the best game on the PlayStation 2, and rightly so. I don't think I'd see The Witcher 3 as one of the best games on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox, whatever it came out on. I think that just the legacy of it.
It's quite possible it's the best.
It's up there, but I don't think it's the best. But
I think to make a case for old Geralt, it's like there wasn't a time before and after San Andreas. San Andreas was continuing what GTA 3 and Vice City had done, and its influence not felt the same way. Granted, more appealing to the casual gamer out there for sure. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, I think there's a time in gaming before and after, and I think its influence has still been felt a way lot more in some senses, but particularly from a video game storytelling. Granted, though, the thing that's making it creak is just coming down to what's a more fun game to play. And you're right, GTA San Andreas is more fun to play in the minute to minute than The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, because as much as you're going back for that glorious world and obviously the graphics as well, but it's just the storytelling. Once you get into one fight, and it's very nerdy in a good way, I love it. But yeah, I think we'll just, in the interest of moving forward, I think we'll put GTA San Andreas down.
Yes. Get it off him. It's to be honest with you, though, Liam, I could see Witcher. I could see The Witcher on
I
it.
really feel The Witcher has to be on that, at least into that last 32.
Then take it through, but know that I'm not happy about it.
But we're also got to bear in mind, because we're going to have to make some tough calls as well, because I do think the Wild Hunt is it's had a much more indelible mark on video games.
I think San
outside of
Andreas
sales.
I think San Andreas is also that game as well.
San Andreas is a juggernaut, but there's a bigger one to come. That's the only reason why I'm making this argument, because it gets dwarfed by its big cousin, which is to come down the line. But can we put Witcher 3 on to the next round?
Go for it. Why not? It had Gwent in it. It had Gwent, so that's it.
There we go. And it created a massive global IP of its own doing. Netflix was set and took the books to the next level. It got me to read a book, Scott, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean?
For sake.
Exactly. So, speaking of Rockstar, next one here. Red Dead Redemption 2 is up against Splinter Cell.
Kiss my fucking balls.
Well, they're already dead.
I take it. Go for it.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is into the next round. We'll do this next one here. The Last of Us Part 2 is up against Overwatch. Stop.
Winston, I'm sorry, mate. I'm so sorry.
I know, Winston. You fought the good fight, sir. But I think this is The Last of Us Part 2, isn't it? I mean, it has to be. I mean,
1,000%.
Important moment in video games. Next, Balatro. Alex's pick is come up against Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. This feels easy to me. It's Balatro. I mean, Balatro has a shot, by the way. Has a shot. I'm not saying I'm not picking any favourites, but it has a shot. So well done, Alex. You've got Balatro into the next round. I think we're both in agreement of that. Some of these picks will be breezier than others, but big one here. Mass Effect 2 up against another Western RPG in the shape of Fallout 3.
I don't care. I like Mass Effect 2. I can't tell you what happens in it because I can't remember playing it. Played Fallout 3 fairly recently. Decent game, you know what I mean? It's an alright game. So
he had more fun than he's letting on with it.
I did, but it's also not. Yeah. I mean, having sat on it, I think that Mass Effect 2 is probably a better game though in the long run.
Yeah, if I was to pick out the two of them, I'm picking Mass Effect 2 all day long. Plus,
Liam, you get to do your favourite thing in games, and that's pump Blue Woman. So.
Yeah, of course there's that as well. Yeah, I suppose. Can you really do that in Fallout 3? Not really. You can probably shoot them, but that's, lover, not a fighter, Scott. Mass Effect 2 is into the next round. Okay. Jesus. Let's go see it. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time versus The Last of Us. That's a doozy, man. I've had a few quick rounds and it's Scott.
I will take this first because my heart, my heart says Last of Us, right? But the head says Ocarina of Time, and that's coming from a man that played it 2 weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? Like finished the game mere weeks ago. I think that it's you can trace current day. You can trace the history and the DNA of Ocarina of Time through all games now. I firmly believe that you wouldn't have a Dark Souls if it wasn't for an Ocarina of Time. You wouldn't have most modern day RPGs if it wasn't for Ocarina of Time. So it's just like its influence is so vast, but it also has. It's just a gorgeous game. Like it's just it's scary to think that that's like one of their if not the first 3D Zelda game that we had, and that's what they fucking farted out. It's like Jesus holy piss. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Whereas The Last of Us is also very good, and
Yeah,
it's it has your emotional moments, it has your highs, it has your lows, but The Last of Us Part 2 is better.
yeah, and that's
So
where my head's at
that's
as
it.
well. I think The Last of Us Part 2 is a better game as well
Hmm.
than The Last
Hmm.
of Us, and Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is almost mythologically good as
Yeah,
opposed to The Last of Us is, quite rightful acclaim that we share for it. I think I'm with you, Zelda Ocarina of Time. For me, it feels just like it's a tough but easy one when I think
yeah,
we've also got Last of Us Part 2 on there. So we'll put Ocarina of Time through to the next round then.
go for it.
Next up, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is against Animal Crossing New Horizons.
I'll take Expedition 33, please.
Yep, I'm absolutely with you. The last addition to our Pixel Picks list as the game everybody should play at least once in their life. Incredibly special game. So yeah, I'm more than happy for that to go through. A heavyweight for sure. Next round, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim against Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Hot diggity daffodil. That's
Do
a
you
doozy.
know the hardest part of this is that somehow trying to convince you that Symphony of the Night is a better game than Skyrim. I am a mere mortal that has made it to High Hrothgar and given up on, I would say this, 5 or 6 separate occasions because it's boring as all fucking shite. But I cannot deny the impact that Skyrim had at the moment, at its time. Do you know what I mean? And it's also been released 15 million times since.
But
But it's also Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
is it a better video game? Scott,
Oh.
as much as I love Skyrim, you'd be surprised here that instantly I'm like, that's a no-brainer. It has to be Castlevania Symphony of the Night to the next
Ooh,
round for me.
shocked me.
It's Heart says Skyrim, Head Symphony of the Night. But
Mm,
I think Symphony of the Night is a way more influential and fun game to play than Skyrim,
there
if
you
I'm
go.
honest.
And what is a man? I can't remember the line, but it's like a miserable pile of bones or something like that. Miserable. Wow, what is a man? I'm going to Google it really quickly
Yeah,
because
well,
I can't.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night, then we'll put that into the next
Oh,
round.
what is a man? A miserable pile of secrets. There you go. Fucking phenomenal.
Happy for that to go through?
Oh, it's ecstatic.
There we go. There we go. So that's one that's beat the buys. Next one here, Alan Wake 2, which is the best game of the last 100 episodes on our show, is up against The Walking Dead Season 1.
Oh, thank fuck. Yeah. Send it through. Take it right through.
Alan Wake 2, what a fucking game.
I'm going to
Yeah,
play it again.
really,
I need to play it again soon. Like,
yeah. It moves on. Walking Dead, stay dead. You've fought a good fight up to this point. Big one here, Scott. And I'm going to have a deciding vote. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade up against The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I mean, Jesus. Wow. Scott, this is tough. This is a tough game. If you were to ask me this before we did this podcast, I would have had a very simple answer for you, which is, of course, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, a game which I still believe and know in my heart is one of the most special games, not only the Zelda series, but of all time. However, we're not in that timeline. The podcast has happened, and Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade opened my eyes and my heart to the world of Midgar and that cast of characters. And what an adventure. What an experience. And I saw the light. They needed to do this project to get an idiot like me to really, truly understand and appreciate the Final Fantasy VII world. I'm going to go forth and say Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade because also Tears of the Kingdom's on the list. So I can have my cake and eat it as well. But I can't deny Final Fantasy VII. Just going to say Final Fantasy VII here is special and it needs to go and have a representation at the next round.
I'm staying completely quiet because I don't want to, rock the boat on it. But yeah, 100%. I think don't even just say Final Fantasy VII. I think say Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade because it is special.
Yeah,
the the Shinra, the what do you call it? The thingy in the Shinra building, like the attack on Shinra is incredible, and it's just that love letter to the fans initially. The fact that it's so short and still makes such an impact is fucking ridiculous as well. So 1,000% send it on through.
Send it on its way. Okay.
Send me on my way.
Next one here. Dark Souls versus God of War Ragnarok.
Fuck off.
Oh,
Fuck
Jesus.
off.
Fucking hell.
I'm going to eat my words here because I made the point earlier on that I think Ragnarok is a better game than God of War 2018, right? And I do. I believe that in my heart of hearts.
It doesn't beat Dark Souls.
But it doesn't beat Dark Souls. It doesn't beat Dark Souls. It's the...
We can't sit here and say that.
Nah, it really doesn't. So it just put creators out of his misery and let's go on the run. What's the name? Firelink Shrine. Take me back.
Yeah.
Can hear the trills of the music already.
It's back to Anna Londo. Yeah, so it's Dark Souls is into the next round. Next up, we've got Stardew Valley against Hades.
Oh, fuck. Shit my piss. Fuck. Hades 2 is coming up. I know that for a fact. And I would not be myself if I hadn't played Stardew Valley. I'm not even going to fucking... I can't even... This is the foot down moment, Liam.
Okay.
Like, the foot... you get one foot down moment.
Okay,
and this is my foot down moment. I can't not have Stardew Valley go through.
Right, okay. Stardew Valley it is. But we'll move on because I'm wanting to get to these next few rounds. But next up, Super Mario Brothers 3, which listeners will remember was crowned the top of our top 50 games.
Indeed.
The last time we did it. It's up against Uncharted 2.
And I think it still goes through.
Still goes through. Gotta get props to it, man, because it is. It's Super Mario Brothers 3. Up next, Hades 2, as you had mentioned, is up against Resident Evil 2 Remake.
I'm okay with that. I think I've got a copy of Resident Evil 2 up there now. Look at that.
Yeah.
An original copy of it. So,
the OG though, not the remake.
Yeah, the OG one of it. So yeah, Hades 2, put it through.
Hades 2. What a game, man. Hades 2. Jesus Lord. Incredible game. But we'll move on to the next. Super Mario Galaxy up against Far Cry 3.
Any other game, Liam. Any other game, Mario Galaxy would be getting fucking punted out that window. But it's not a better game than Far Cry 3. It's not.
Super Mario Galaxy is one of the greatest platformers of all time. And it makes it through to the next round. Okay, here we go. Oh, fuck's sake. I feel bad for it. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars up against Baldur's Gate 3.
Sorry.
It's already dead.
Sorry.
Baldur's Gate 3 all day long into the next round. Speaking of which, we have Mass Effect Andromeda, which is up against Metal Gear Solid, the OG.
You didn't even have to say it, Liam. I know you're doing it for the listeners, but you could have just put that through silently and not even mentioned it.
Bit of theatricality to it, of course. Nothing but professional here. But Metal Gear Solid at the next round, for clarity's sake, Elden Ring has met GoldenEye. This is another one. For me, it's Elden Ring.
It's Elden Ring, aye. I want to try and pretend it's not Elden Ring, but
right?
Yeah.
I can only use that argument so many times, but fucking Elden Ring.
Yeah.
And that's only going to explode even further. Okay. Pick from Alex and Scott here. Resident Evil 4 Remake. Up against Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh no.
Scott, I'm just going to say Metal Gear Solid 2 for me, but
it is Metal Gear Solid 2. No,
yeah.
it is. I think that's an easy decision. I just don't like having to do it.
Okay. Metal Gear Solid 2 it is. Grand Theft Auto 5 enters the ring, and it's come up against Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Dead air, Scott, dead air.
Cultural impact of, and game industry impact of Street Fighter 2 cannot be discounted, but it will be because it's fucking Grand Theft Auto 5. Fucking shite.
It's GTA 5, man. Like, but at the same time, it's Street Fighter 2. That's my argument a lot of this time. But I'm like, yeah,
just say the game's name.
Just say the name. I'm with you. Like, Grand Theft Auto 5 is such a significant and unique juggernaut. I can't, in good conscience, put that out even up against Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Yeah,
However,
I don't even think Grand Theft Auto 5 is the best Grand Theft Auto game, and that's okay. Bear with me, right? It's not the best Grand Theft Auto game. It's the best Grand Theft Auto story that they tell. I think it's a better package that way. But I think that it's by far probably not my favourite, overall Grand Theft Auto. But Street Fighter isn't. Street Fighter 2 is a, as I say, we wouldn't have modern day fighting games if it wasn't for Street Fighting 2.
It might be, I know, that's the thing. Because I'm like, Jesus, like, this is one to linger on, because Street Fighter 2 isn't a joke. We talk about heavyweights, pun fully intended. Street Fighter 2, but then again, it's up against GTA. Yeah, it's a question of, like, the thing I can only use to split it here is just the size of the phenomenon, because they were both culturally significant moments for video games when upon release. Grand Theft Auto, of course, might have the benefit of being the fifth in the series up against the second, and also in a different world where video games are more ubiquitous. But I can't sit here and try and deny that. You can't even compare, like, fair things with sales. This is a game that has continued to be relevant across 3 different console cycles, and Street Fighter 2 definitely has its people show up for that game still to this day.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's something, I'm saying GTA 5, but before I'm pushing ahead, I'm like, something's telling me this is wrong. It's wrong.
It's
because Street Fighter 2 is like just my initial days. I'm like, as a kid,
it's not even just Street Fighter 2 though. It was the turbo version of it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So it's obviously got the increased character roster. It's got changes to the gameplay. It introduces DJ to the world, William. So it's like, oh god, I honestly don't know if I agree with it being Grand Theft Auto 5.
I think we have to do Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Honestly.
Go for it before I change my mind. But
I really do.
It's Grand Theft Auto 5 is the culmination of so many years of every other Grand Theft Auto game. You know what I mean? It's like Metal Gear Solid 4. It's a love letter to every single Grand Theft Auto game, whereas Street Fighter 2 done it first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like that was its maybe not its first go, but its second go, third go maybe.
Yeah. The first shock loss of the tournament so far. Street Fighter 2 Turbo into the next round. That feels right to me. Right to me. So Street Fighter 2 Turbo goes through. Next up, Pokemon Gold and Silver up against Grand Theft Auto 3. Chance to redeem itself, perhaps, for the series.
I don't think it will.
It's Pokemon Gold and Silver, man.
Take it through. Go for it.
Gen 2. Yeah, I'm having to
get all the Grand Theft Autos off the list. Let's just do it.
That's it, mate. Surprised, shocked. Tetris Effect up next against Death Stranding 2. Scott, I know you're loving your Kojima, but this list is getting Kojima heavy, and I do think Tetris Effect, with it being Tetris, is better than Death Stranding 2.
I have not played it, Liam, and I've played Death Stranding 2, so...
Played Tetris?
Yeah, go for it. Why not? Go for
it. There we go. We win. Super Mario Odyssey versus Mario Kart 8. Mario on Mario actions happening here.
For fuck's sake.
Good grief.
I will give you my opening salvo here, Liam.
Do tell.
Is that in a world filled with platformers, fine, a Mario Odyssey is probably second or third up there. I know Super Mario Sunshine is definitely up the top, and then the rest of them start to kind of make their way down. But when you look at kart races, Liam, there is only one that sits above the rest, and that's Mario Kart 8. Even Mario Kart Worlds couldn't hold a fucking candle to it, because Mario Kart 8 is phenomenal. It does everything so well in traditional kart racing, but it also has the best soundtrack of any game I think that we have on this list. It is ridiculous, the soundtrack for this fucking game. And that alone puts it above Super Mario Odyssey for me. But also I'm biased because I don't like any other game but Super Mario Sunshine in terms of Mario platformers. So
I love all the
that.
good ones. That's why I don't like Sunshine, but it's Mario Odyssey, man. Like, that's a fucking 10 out of 10 game. One of the best in the series, but it's not the Mario Kart 8. It's again 10 out of 10. It's Mario Kart 8. Fuck it. The Mario Kart 8 goes to the next round.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, up next is Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. And it's
here we
up
go.
against, to round off round 2, Cyberpunk 2077. Scott, I will have people hunt and find you if you try put Mario and Sonic off Cyberpunk 2077.
I want to play my second foot down card here.
You get one.
I'm only getting one. Yeah, I think that I'll concede to that. Any other game, see if this was Super Mario Odyssey, Liam, I wouldn't even be thinking about this conversation. Mario and Sonic would be going straight through.
Good Lord, well, Cyberpunk 2077 into the next round. Now, takes us into then round 3. Now we're into the contenders now, Scott. Things are getting really serious. Every matchup will matter. We're going to lose some favourites here. Scott, how are we feeling so far?
Pretty excited, Liam. I'm not going to lie to you. I am moist at the thought of the next games.
Moist with anticipation.
Anticipation. How are you?
Good, actually. There's been some pretty meaty matchups so far. And yeah, I'm intrigued to see where it goes from here. I'm keeping an eye on the time there, because I know our dear listeners and viewers out there be thinking, is this going to be an epic? Don't worry. Everything will play out here, but we'll get into the last 32 because everything will count. To kick us off, Scott, Halo Master Chief Collection up against Bioshock.
I don't think I'd be sad if Halo died here. I wouldn't be sad about it. I think that Bioshock had a greater impact, better story, whereas Halo is dog shit.
Halo's Halo.
And it's dog shit.
It's really not, but I'm going to say Bioshock because it stands alone, and Master Chief Collection probably isn't. If it was like in another world where Combat Evolved made it through instead of Master Chief Collection, I'd be picking Combat Evolved. But I'm going to pick Bioshock because it is that special game. For me, anyway.
Yes.
Outside of Halo.
Yes.
So I know I'm not going to win this argument. So sometimes, people remember the strategy that I told you. Sometimes you just got to know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away. So, Bioshock into the next round here. Next up, Undertale against Bloodborne. He's thinking. He is thinking here, folks. What does he think?
I didn't hear you, mate. Not gonna lie.
I thought he was taking a pregnant pause.
A beat.
Undertale versus Bloodborne.
Oh, fuck! If I knew it was that. I mean, yeah, there's got to be Bloodborne. There's a reason why every single person in the world is asking for it. So, yeah.
Yep. Bloodborne into the last 16 here. Next up, we've got big ones here. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom versus It's Doom 1993, the new name that's been coined on this show. Oh, Jesus Christ. Scott, we're at the point in the competition where we've also got to think strategically as well, where it's like, right, can you let go of one in the series for another one instead if we're getting multiples? Because you don't want you can't get to a last 4 and it's like all one series, as much as Scott would love that to be Metal Gear Solid all the way through it. However, It's Doom 1993 against It's Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I'm still leaning with Doom here. I'm still leaning with Doom.
Cannot agree less, Liam. It's I do not see a reality where Zelda Tears of the Kingdom isn't on this list higher then if we get to a point where it's Tears of the Kingdom versus Breath of the Wild, I will quite happily take Tears of the Kingdom over it, and that's fine with me. But there is no chance, not a chance in hell, as Vince McMahon would say, that this is going to be anything but Tears of the Kingdom for me.
Okay, let's see. I will take that because I'm going to save my foot down moment, guys. And just you stay tuned. It's coming. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, then. We'll put that in the next round through strategy. Next up here, God of War versus Tekken 3. Now, let's have a little think here. Is God of War a better game?
I missed that completely again. I don't know what's going on.
Is God of War a better game than Tekken 3? That's the next matchup. We're going to...
No, it is not a better game than Tekken 3. Tekken 3 is a significantly better game
than God of War.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree. I love Tekken 3, but I think God of War's a way better game than Tekken 3. Way better.
Nah, I disagree wholeheartedly. It's, Tekken 3 is quintessential Tekken. Do you know what I mean? It has all the characters, it has all the music, and pretty much every single person played it in the world at one time. We all mashed Eddie's capoeira moves at one point, and it still lives with me with that. Whereas God of War 2018 didn't. Do you know what I mean? It was a throwaway experience for me, and that's why I also continue to believe that God of War Ragnarok is the better of the two. And that's just my opinion. I mean, I've held that opinion for a hot moment, but I know that the world is screaming God of War 2018, but I will be the staunchest Tekken 3 follower on this planet, and I will not give that up. But also, I'm willing to concede if it's God of War, then it's God of War, then go for it.
I think it is God of War, and I'm trying to now do the Machiavellian route to build the argument here, folks. But I think God of War is Tekken 3 best in the series, right? Tekken 3 is best in the series. To a country mile, one of the greatest fighting games of all time. God of War, best in the series, and one of the greatest action adventure games of all time. And it did something that you have never seen from that franchise before. It reinvented it, and it pushed it forward, and it set the tone and went one better. And I think my other argument, you see, everybody played Tekken 3. Just under 9 million did. God of War sold more than double, almost 3 times the amount of that as well. And I think that's probably painting my picture for the cultural significance part of it as well. I think God of War, you could put Jin in front of somebody, you could put Kratos in front of somebody. They're going to recognise Kratos, they're going to know Kratos and have more of a understanding of the journey with him better. And I do also think it is a better video game, if I'm recommending one over the two.
I am not happy about it. Sincerely not happy about it, but what can you do, Liam? Can he win them all?
You killed Doom, I'm killing Tekken 3. I think, in the interest of balance, we push God of War to the next round. Okay.
Go for it.
We get it. All right. Next up here, we have, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt up against Red Dead Redemption 2. This could easily be a final. Here it is in the last 32, Scott. I think I know what he's going to say. He's going to say Red Dead Redemption 2.
I think I know what I'm going to say as well. Yeah, I did say I'm going to say Red Dead Redemption 2. I think that it easily clears The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And I say that, in the God's honest truth, I think that it is easily the easiest decision that I think I have to make. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a better game than Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. No doubt about it.
I painfully agree. I do. I painfully agree because I love both these games, but Red Dead Redemption 2, to me, for my pound, is a better game. So into the next round it goes. Okay, next up, The Last of Us Part 2 has met Balatro in the next round. Tough one.
That is a tough one.
I
mean,
depends what day of the week you ask.
It's The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, it is The Last of Us Part 2 for me. Now, there's going to be a lot of losers on the internet that would disagree for reasons other than what the game is. And the game, if they played it, they would be on side with us, as much as it pains me to take Balatro out of it now. But The Last of Us Part 2 into the next round. We'll move on swiftly here, Scott. Get some momentum behind us as we get to the final rounds. Mass Effect 2 up against Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Send Ocarina through. Don't even think about it.
Yep, it's it's a no-brainer, of course. Up next, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is meeting Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
And it's also jumping through to the next round.
And which game is that?
Expedition 33, Liam.
I agree. Yeah, it might seem like recency bias, but you don't get a lot of games like that very often.
No, and that's testament to how fucking good it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, the fact that it sits so highly and so well regarded already.
Yeah.
Outrageous, man.
100%. We'll move on to the next one. Alan Wake 2 has met Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck me, man. Oh, no.
This is pain. All kinds of pain. Oh, Christ.
Oh, God. I could make arguments for both, and I'd convince myself that I'm right on both. If I had to rule with my head over the heart, it is Alan Wake 2.
I agree. I do agree. As much as... And the problem is, putting one through makes you feel like you don't like the other. That's not true. Like, these are like some of our most adored games ever. But yeah, it has to be Alan Wake 2 here in this instance to go to the next one. Jesus, man, this is tough. Next one, Dark Souls against Stardew Valley.
Oh, my children. Oh, no.
Oh, we're getting it. Fatalities left, right and centre. Like,
fucking hell.
We're getting to the point where the portals have opened and they're all coming out and fighting each other.
Oh, shit. Ass balls. Listen, I can't face the camera as I'm doing this, right? I can't look at myself as I'm doing it. But it's Dark Souls. Send it through and don't mention it ever again.
He got it right in the end there, folks, because it is Dark Souls and it goes to the next round. Okay, interesting one. Super Mario Brothers 3 against Hades 2. Just thinking.
God, remind me.
Super Mario Brothers 3 against Hades 2.
Aye. The top 50 answers is also it's also the answer for this. Super Mario Brothers 3 clears Hades 2 quite simply for me.
Okay, on it goes to the next round is Super Mario Brothers 3. Next up we have Super Mario Galaxy against Baldur's Gate 3.
Put it out with misery, Liam. Let's just get it over and done with.
See if this is Super Mario Galaxy 2. I would be standing on this hill, but it's Baldur's Gate 3 in this instance. I'm not happy about it, but it is Baldur's Gate 3, an incredible game. Next up, Metal Gear Solid versus Elden Ring.
Liam, I'm going to make a an admission here
Mhm.
for the show, just so people know it. I enjoyed Elden Ring.
Oh, don't give me it. Don't give me it.
Liam,
You loved Elden Ring.
I enjoyed. No, Liam, listen to me. I loved Elden Ring when I was playing it, but having sat on it and played Shadows of the Erdtree and stuff like that, I don't know anymore, right? I don't know anymore, and I find it difficult to go back and try and play it again. Whereas Metal Gear Solid, I could play that every single day of my life and never get bored of it. Cultural impact, gaming impact, video game industry impact. It's Metal Gear Solid every single day of the week for me.
Yeah, I reluctantly accept it, because we've got something there that's Dark Souls is represented on the list, but Elden Ring, man, like, it doesn't stand a chance against Metal Gear Solid. It probably could have against someone else here on it, but yeah, I'm not going to pretend otherwise. It is Metal Gear Solid for this round because it moved forward cinematic storytelling in modern video games as we know it today. So yeah, it's Metal Gear Solid into the next round. Okay, Scott, right, had a slight hiccup there back, but the question was Metal Gear Solid 2 versus Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
I'm not going to go to bat for Street Fighter much longer, Liam. Metal Gear Solid 2 is outrageous, and I'm just not going to do it anymore. I'm tired of all this Street Fighter glazing. I think we just have to go back to the way things were, and let me talk to you about a little game called Metal Gear Solid 2, Liam.
Oh God.
Take it back to the hits. Yeah, that's it for me. It's just phenomenal stuff.
Before we progress it and put it in, are we? Because is there too much Metal Gear Solid? That's a question.
There's not enough Metal Gear Solid in this list, or in the world in general, Liam, is what I believe.
Because I'm with you. Like, personally, I prefer Metal Gear Solid 2 to Street Fighter 2. And I know Street Fighter 2 fought the good fight, pun fully intended, last round.
Took out Grand Theft Auto. I think that's
big swing.
They're all right.
All right, we'll move on then to this penultimate one here in this round, which is Pokemon Gold Silver versus Tetris Effect.
Go off. On you go. You got Tetris here.
We got Tetris. Let's see. Okay. I'll just do my magic typing here, Scott. Okay. And let me just double check the last one here, make sure it's loaded up. Okay. Last one is Mario Kart 8 versus Cyberpunk 2077.
What, did Tetris win that there?
I thought you
just
put it
clarify.
there.
All right, okay. Well, that's fine. I don't care. Mario Kart 8 against... What was that?
Mario Kart 8 against Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, this feels bad.
I mean, for me, it's Cyberpunk for this one.
Aye. Again, I'm not happy about it, but I'll take it.
Okay, that's fine. Gentlemanly, as we move into the last 16 now. Okay, so there is now, we keep saying it, but there is no easy picks now. So they are all definitely heavy hitters. All of them in the top 100, but these are now your there's some large member swinging happening here with these games, and this is where it gets difficult, Scott. Going to get straight right into it, right?
Oh
so,
my.
The first one, BioShock versus Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. Get it on the fucking list. Immediately.
I do agree.
BioShock isn't even that good anyway.
BioShock is incredible. We can't do this, Scott. We can't start turning against the greats. But yeah, Bloodborne for me just is that one special between the two. Right, okay, big one here. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom versus God of War.
Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for me. It's a better game than God of War.
You're right.
I've been trying to get God of War off this list since I fucking found it on there.
You're a disgrace. You're going to have to go back and replay it now. I will do this in the caveat you replay God of War with all them PS5 Pro updates. So yeah, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is a better game. Video game, that is for me. So
correct.
Yeah. Into the next round it goes. Red Dead Redemption 2 up against The Last of Us Part 2. Man, this is like a France-Argentina. This could be a final.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
it could be a final.
It should be a final.
Red Dead Redemption 2 has gone up against more heavy hitters than anybody else in this tournament so far. And this is probably the only game I wouldn't want to see it go up against, because The Last of Us Part 2 is a phenomenal game. However, I'm leaning towards Red Dead.
I think that, see if you could take the gameplay from Last of Us Part 2, put it into the story of Last of Us Part 1, then we'd be having a different conversation. But yeah, the Red Dead Redemption 2 is generational, you know.
Yeah.
Last of Us Part 2 is only the second in a series.
The thing for me is Red Dead Redemption 2, some sickos out there was like, that's a game I've replayed a few times in my life. The Last of Us Part 2, I keep trying to, but I can't because it's powerful. It puts you in such a downer, and that's what will sway it for me, in terms of what's a better game. Red Dead Redemption 2, I could live in that game. Last of Us Part 2, I don't want to live in that world. It's the only thing. It's a cruel, cruel world. Speaking of cruel, the next lineup here, Jesus. Zelda, Ocarina of Time is up against Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Scott, I'm going to have to say Ocarina here.
Yeah.
Because it's Ocarina of Time. Like, if there's anything that had a chance to take out the impressive immediate rise of Clair Obscur, it would be Ocarina of Time.
It would be Ocarina of Time. I think that it would be wrong to suggest otherwise. This is coming from a recent playthrough, Liam. I'm now on board with the franchise of Zelda because of Ocarina of Time. So I now get what the hype is about. Apart from the water temple, Liam, that can fuck itself.
Fuck the water temple. We don't like that.
That alone should make the fucking Expedition 33 win. But
well, we can't play that game here, Scott. Maybe we've got to be true. Okay, Zelda Ocarina of Time into the next round. Next line up here, halfway through the last 16. Alan Wake 2 facing off against Dark Souls.
Again, it's like killing
Bambi.
Bambi, aye. Killing Bambi would be easier. For impact alone, it's Dark Souls. But, you could go with Alan Wake 2.
I have to say Dark Souls here. I have to say. Like, Alan Wake 2 is a fucking phenomenal game. And this is like the fourth one in a row that pains me, but Dark Souls in terms of, everything, man. I'm just trying to find level design.
I'm just trying to find reasons to not put it on the list, but every other game now is Dark Souls, so 100% it's Dark Souls. Easy.
What's not easy is this next one. Super Mario Brothers 3 against Baldur's Gate 3. That's a tough one, man. I've got to give it mad respect to Baldur's Gate 3, but I've got to go OG here with Super Mario Brothers 3. I've got to go OG.
See, Liam,
for the same reason you kicked out The Witcher, I've got to go OG.
Then, there you go. I was going to go the complete opposite route, if I'm being truthfully honest with you. Once I sat back in my chair, I was just like, the technical achievement of Baldur's Gate 3 alone, the fact that it managed to make Dungeons and Dragons popular amongst modern day enthusiasts and also people who have never touched the dice in their life. It's just incredible. And it's a game that's endlessly replayable, as is Super Mario Brothers 3. But Liam, it comes down to the Doom argument, because Baldur's Gate 3 is a fucking... it could easily win this.
So could Super Mario Brothers 3.
But it's Super Mario Brothers 3. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it. I don't like this at all.
I don't
because
either.
I could see the reality where Baldur's Gate 3 gets through for me. I can see it.
Mhm,
I can see the timeline.
Oh, I mean, listen,
The incursion is taking place. But
everyone in this matchup, this last 16, could get through to the next round. Splitting hairs now, that's what we're at.
yeah,
Splitting hairs. But for me, our top 50, number one at the top 50, Super Mario Brothers 3. I think it beat Baldur's Gate 3 last time as well. And I'm still that Millie.
aye,
But I think I got to go OG and just got to give props for this due, man.
go for it then. Go for it. Do it while I'm not looking.
Jesus. Next one, I'm going to keep the best to last because it's actually the next one is this juicy one, but I'm having to keep it to last. Last one here, Tetris Effect versus Cyberpunk 2077.
Fine, put fucking Tetris Effect in its fucking misery, please.
Okay.
Sick of hearing this fucking game's name.
Aye. If it was OG Tetris, it would be one in here, but it's Cyberpunk 2077. But yeah, it's Cyberpunk 2077 for me. Into the next round, we agree?
Yes, wholeheartedly, yeah.
So the last one here, for the last 16, this is the moment, people. We might clip this. Metal Gear Solid or Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh,
That's evil, man.
this is horrendous, because this is a conversation I have with myself on a pretty fucking regular basis, Liam.
Daily basis.
On a daily basis, probably. Aye. Listen, right. Metal Gear Solid is among the greatest games of all time, and there's no doubt about that, right? It sits up there, fucking top 3, maybe top 2 games in my life that I love more than anything else. But I do prefer playing Metal Gear Solid 2. I think Metal Gear Solid 2 is an infinitely more fun game to play. Riding and everything else, I still enjoy that. I love the way and the routes that the story goes with the whole AI stuff. I love the fact that it's still relevant today, even more relevant today than it ever has been. The tanker section of it is still fucking outstanding as well, despite all that. It gives you 2 games in one. But it's also not the first one. Iconic fucking villains and stuff as well. Psycho Mantis and stuff as well. It's just like...
You know, I need to go OG again, Metal Gear Solid, because of that. As Solid Snake, it made him that household name. He was an icon, was born. What it did for video games, but the cinematic story that it told, the kind of over-the-top, borderline campaign nature of these villains and how bloody grounded and serious, and the yarn that Kojima managed to spin with very limited tools at his disposal. And the game itself, still to this day, granted it looks its age a bit, but if you take that out the equation here, it's like, yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2 has aged very well in the face of the internet, AI, etc., politically. But I mean, it's standing on the shoulder of the giant of Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
And I've got to give it to Metal Gear Solid personally, but
yeah. No,
you have the deciding vote.
You couldn't, in all faith, not go with Metal Gear Solid. It's not right, but again, ask me this tomorrow and I'll change my mind. Do you know what I mean? Every single day, I have a conversation with myself on what my favourite Metal Gear Solid game is.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, at one point it was the first one. Through my teens, it was 3. And as I've got older, the right answer is 2. Like, my personal favourite Metal Gear Solid is probably Metal Gear Solid 2, but Metal Gear Solid is definitely the choice here. Easy choice.
Okay, Metal Gear Solid that is, and that rounds off the last 16, leads us into the quarterfinals. So we're down to the best of the best now. Everything left has a case for number 1. We're only a few short rounds away from crowning the winner here, Scott. So let's just go straight into the quarterfinals. First one here, Bloodborne versus The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, fuck me.
It's a brutal one.
Never regret fighting for fucking Tears of the Kingdom all this time. Oh,
I'm going to say
the one I want you to say, and then I
So
can
I'm
make
going
the
to say
case.
Bloodborne on this
Oh,
occasion
yes.
because I need to think about the other brackets. And I know there's another Zelda in here, and it won't beat that. It's for me. So I'm like, I think Bloodborne for me because what a exceptionally incredible game
Yeah.
it is. However, before I put the foot in there, you're talking about the best game of all time, Scott, and The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom might have a better claim to that title than Bloodborne.
It might.
And I'll
But
tell you why. Because there's also another one of that series on here. That's the thing.
True. What I would say to you, Liam,
time.
what I would say to you is that,
It's
you
tough,
know,
man. This is so tough.
all I would say is that, you know, Tears of the Kingdom only exists because Breath of the Wild exists, which is the argument that you've been making all evening. No, I just think that from a personal standpoint, I love both of these games, you know,
Yeah.
like
We love them
fucking,
all. Every one of
yeah.
these games here is not easy.
But I think that we can look at the legacy of Tears of the Kingdom so well because it's been supported and loved and nurtured since. You know, like we adore Tears of the Kingdom because it's been given that fresh coat of paint. It's still considered, you know, one of the greatest games of all time due to that reason. But Bloodborne has been left to rot and die since it's came out. So, well, even if you include the old hunters in that, you know, since that came out, it's just been left to fucking fester, and it's still fucking head and shoulders above most of the PS4 library, and it's just a fucking an absolute crying shame. Every single time I want to go and say what my answer is, I change my mind as I go to say it.
It's because there's something that put in my stomach. Like when I say it out loud, Bloodborne, I'm like, it's not.
Yeah.
I know it's Zelda Tears of the Kingdom here, and it's killing me. It is killing me.
Go for it. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom's a fucking phenomenal story. Just the fact that they managed to take what you already know from Breath of the Wild and make it a million times better is just a fucking ridiculous undertaking. So, plus it made me cry in the end, and Bloodborne didn't.
Incredible. Well, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I think that decision will age well. It'll age well.
I hope so.
We move on to the next one here. Red Dead Redemption 2 against The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Jesus fucking Christ. This is personally painful, Scott, because it's one of those ones that I'm talking because I need to say it out loud to be like, whoa, did I regret that? You know, am I saying Red Dead Redemption 2 is better than Ocarina of Time? Am I saying Ocarina of Time is better than Red Dead Redemption 2? And that sentence right there feels better in the pit of my stomach, and it's killing me because I fucking love Red Dead Redemption 2, but Ocarina of Time, man, like. And I know that there's a particular Zelda bias, but it's not. If you're not a Zelda fan, you're listening to this, you're thinking, God, these guys are just glazing Zelda. Play it and you will understand.
Yeah.
There is a reason why it gets almost unanimously all the praise and the mythological status that it has achieved almost.
This is coming from a self-professed not Zelda fan, and it's fucking outrageous how good that game is, man. Like, it still lands better today than it did even then, you know, and that's mad. But Liam, the story of, just forget everything you know about fucking Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, right? Just think of one person in all this. One person. Arthur Morgan. The story of Arthur Morgan, the character fucking portrayal of him, that whole band of brothers. You've got fucking Dutch, you've got John, you've got Javi, you've got Bill, you've got fucking Charles, you've got all of them, everyone, and it manages to weave that all together so perfectly. And that the fucking end of that game, Liam, like, you want to talk about fucking teary moments? It's up there, but I again, it's one of those ones where I don't know again, ask me tomorrow and I've changed my mind on this, right? But in my heart of hearts, I think it's Red Dead. I think it is Red Dead Redemption. I think that the experience that they managed to take you through. If this was a Grand Theft Auto, I don't think I'd be fucking fighting hard for this. I think that it's fine. I can throw that away. But Red Dead Redemption does something totally different in terms of you live and breathe that Wild West experience. And you think about all the moments in that game, moving to Horseshoe Overlook, that journey from, the mountains and the snow all the way down to that first camp, and everything else. You've got Haiti, you've got everything else, the bad thing we don't talk about, and everything else that happens in between. It's like, you forget how impactful all these moments are, because it's just broken up into points where you've just been hunting deer for hours, or searching for pigs, or catching fucking turkeys gobbling about all over the place, because it's not all action. It's not a Zelda Ocarina of Time where you're non-stop for the whole time you're playing that. You literally do not stop for breath. But Red Dead Redemption is that. I can sit down and I can live and breathe that experience. And how many games allow you to do that?
True. I would also add, though, that we are believers, and the thing that's going against it here is that it is also, and I accept, incredibly polarising, which Ocarina of Time is not, and it doesn't spark that sense of wonder and joy.
Yeah, but Liam, this isn't also everyone's list. This is our list. Like, at the end of the day,
I don't think I can in good conscience. And this is where he has to pull it out, people. He has to
put the card out.
I have to put the card out, because I can't have the legions of listeners and viewers coming after us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If I knew this was the next one, Bloodborne would have went through.
I didn't know either, to be fair, but I have to put the foot down. I have to insist.
It's fine. You know what? It's not.
Time.
It doesn't hurt my soul the way that I think it should. Because if we were doing this podcast 4 weeks ago, we wouldn't still be talking about this now. We wouldn't end this podcast ever. But since having played it, I get it. I totally get it.
Fair enough. We'll move on to the next one then, after Ocarina of Time just squeaks through. Dark Souls against Super Mario Brothers 3.
Oh, fucking hell.
This is harder because Dark Souls wasn't there the last time around, right?
Yeah.
And it's the magnitude of that. And we're talking about, Super Mario Brothers 3, a game that we do and have given mad respect to, because it was the top of our top 50. But now we're in the top 100, Scott, and we've got bigger hitters and contenders in here. Super Mario Brothers 3, the best side-scrolling Mario game. Super Mario, we're talking here. Up against Dark Souls, a game which completely turned the action RPG genre on its head, and people have been copying ever since. From level design to reintroducing boss struggles to, making in an era where games were getting invariably easier, Dark Souls came along and made things harder. It introduced systemic upgrades in ways that you hadn't seen before. It used to be like, yep, you just get new gear and get more powerful. Dark Souls introduced more obtuse ways to empower yourself, and it's sparked a whole movement. A Soulsborne gamer, the sweat, the crust, became cream of the crop again. Super Mario Brothers 3 isn't an easy game either. I mean, it has challenge, it has mastery, and endures to this day. You look at all the creations, even like with Super Mario Maker and that, inspired by the time that you had with Super Mario Brothers 3. Probably the greatest platforming game ever. Question mark. Don't worry, guys. I'm not putting a definitive statement on it, but
Cool Spot also exists. But
that's true.
This
is a tough one.
I had in my head, Liam, before you explained it so eloquently, I had determined in my own brain my choice. And it was just because, you know, again, every single one of these games, all timers, right? And this isn't a ranking of top 10 games ever. This is just to find the greatest game of all time here, right? Now, I think personally that Super Mario Brothers 3 has had its moment.
Mhm.
It is a fucking damn, not even a damn fine game. It is the finest platformer, as you say, okay? But Dark Souls is a fucking moment in time. Like there's a time before and a time after Dark Souls, and
Yep.
you can trace that line fucking the whole way. We've seen it in real time. Do you know what I mean? How different life is now because we've played Dark Souls, and I am fucking balls deep for Dark Souls here. So I'm cool to go with it.
Yeah, my guts telling me Dark Souls as well.
It doesn't hurt. See if I said it out loud and it hurt, I would have maybe been like, oh god, right. But it doesn't.
I think you're quite right. We pay tribute to Super Mario Bros. 3 because I think the fact that it's made it to the quarterfinals at this point up against such a worthy opponent, foe to be put out by Dark Souls, no shame in that. At this point, this is the ultimate showdown.
It feels apt.
Yeah. Pull one out. Dark Souls moves on to the next round. And the last one in the quarterfinals here, Metal Gear Solid versus Cyberpunk 2077.
I'm sorry, Liam.
No, it's Metal Gear Solid.
Cyberpunk is great and it is fucking phenomenal, but no chance. No chance in hell.
It's Metal Gear Solid all day long, man. We'll get to this later because we're now moving into the semis, right?
I'm liking the trajectory of this fucking podcast is going, by the way. I'm loving it.
So we're
this also feels, sorry to interrupt. So what games do we have left? So we've got Metal Gear Solid, we've got Dark Souls,
Ocarina of Time,
and Tears of the Kingdom. This feels very much like it's going to be a you versus me final here.
Any one of these. Well, there's one that I think probably couldn't, but regardless, any one of these could easily take the crown at this point. You know, there's 4 games left. 2 is going to make the final. We're going to move on. This is now, I did try promise our listeners and viewers this wouldn't be an epic, but the conversation's getting good and this will be hopefully another every word as we get to the last stage here. But let's get to it. Semi-final number 1, Scott. It's all Zelda. It's Zelda Tears of the Kingdom versus Zelda Ocarina of Time. We knew it was going to happen at some point with them all going through. This is old versus new. 2 very different styles of Zelda, of course. Both within, obviously, the same IP. Kind of outside of the canon, you know. Tears of the Kingdom's kind of happening just slightly outside in an alternate timeline. Ocarina of Time kicked off Zelda in the 3D space as we know it. Made an indelible mark on what that series, let alone action RPGs, could do. Tears of the Kingdom took what Breath of the Wild did and reinvented it a step further and reinvented itself once again. And both of them are absolutely incredible adventures. Like you said, it depends the day of the week, time of the day. I've got to say Ocarina of Time here. I've got to. I feel something twisting in me. It's like I've just got to say Ocarina of Time.
I think you would have been daft not to be honest with you. You would not have had a Tears of the Kingdom if not for Ocarina of Time. Do you know what I mean? Ganondorf would have been a mere memory in our heads if we had not got Ocarina of Time. A mere thought. So no, I think that it's quite easy when you do think about it, and the impact that Ocarina of Time has had is just that easy peasy.
I've used the word a lot, but it's mythological.
Indeed.
Within gaming, and for good reason. I think, you know, if it's going to beat Tears of the Kingdom down, I think Tears of the Kingdom will go. Fair enough, big man. Up the road.
I'm sorry.
A good fight.
I'm sorry.
leads us to the last of the semi-finals, which of course means it's Dark Souls versus Metal Gear Solid. Feels like the other side of the gaming spectrum here, but it's like, man, this isn't easy. And then you're going to have this is I can picture them. You get the Kojima fans versus the Miyazaki fans, and they're just kind of like, you know, these are the babies, the ones that were, you know, been in the gaming industry before that. And if you think about it, Kojima has obviously had he's a much more traditional route to get to Metal Gear Solid, and that was his breakout. Metal Gear Solid was his moment. You know, he stepped out. The auteur of Kojima had begun, and the rest is history. You know what I mean? Like, we're not making light or dumbing down the impact that Metal Gear Solid had at that time and place, and it's like, Jesus, ain't seen nothing like it. And then I look at Dark Souls, an absolute miracle that game was made. When you look at Demon Souls, the journey that it was on, nearly didn't get made. You know, it was a game that, well worth reading up the history of it, particularly with Demon Souls, because you have to understand that to get to Dark Souls, they struggled through that, much like I suppose Kojima did, but not so much, because Miyazaki wasn't a traditional game director, but he took on so many different roles within the development team for Demon Souls, to the point where it almost got shit canned as well, because it just wasn't testing out. And I think, I want to say Shuhei Yoshida.
It was Shuhei Yoshida, aye.
It was basically like, it's not really something we want to kind of press on with. And they did, but they didn't sign that exclusivity agreement. They ended up selling the rights to Bandai Namco, I believe, for the publishing of it. And the rest is history. Then go forward into Dark Souls. And a behemoth born, you know, and it's like everybody wants to be what Miyazaki did with Dark Souls. This is almost impossible. Almost impossible, to be honest with you. And it's like, because the nostalgic part of me is like, it's Metal Gear Solid, you know what I mean? Because it's Metal Gear Solid. And that's made my argument all the way through it. But I'm also like that, man. Dark Souls has had such an incredible impact on the industry, much the way Metal Gear Solid has. It's almost like both of them are very much equals to me. Very different games.
Well, it's funny you should say that, Liam, because I have my opinion on Metal Gear Solid is that it's at its core, it's a Souls-like. You know, it's like
yes.
You're basically running from boss to boss and trying to make your way through it. Because when you start playing Metal Gear Solid professionally, it is a boss rush at the end of it. Do you know what I mean? It's just going from place to place. I have, you know, the difficult job of trying to make this decision easier for both of us, Liam. And again, these are like babies to me. Do you know what I mean? It's like you have to give away one twin. Which one is it? You know what I mean? Like, oh, fuck. Like, you couldn't do it, and I couldn't do it. And I might just not. I might just leave it then. Cancel the show. Just fuck it. I'm done. I think in the annals of history, we do look at Dark Souls in a fine light, but I don't think we look at it in as fine a light as we do with Metal Gear Solid. I really don't. And I think that we talk about the impact that Dark Souls had, and we can see that the whole way through gaming right now. Do you know what I mean? As I say, every single game's a Souls-like, but we also forget the time with Metal Gear Solid, like the impact that had on the PlayStation 1.
True.
And the fact that we now have Solid Snake as a mascot who is in games such as, you know, the dearly departed Fortnite on this list, or, you know, Super Smash Brothers and stuff like that as well. Like, this man shows up in these games because of the popularity of this. And and it is more accessible to the common gamer. Handheld controller in Dark Souls, 9 times out of 10 they're giving it up before they get to the asylum demon. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, fuck that.
Dark Souls is, if you're feeling deep and all that, you know, like there's so much more to it
Yeah.
but that goes against it in the accessibility argument. It can take someone years, like years and years and years, to even try, let alone go through and just like really understand what it's asking of you. Others are more fortunate, it's first time. I think you're right. You know, the thing is, well,
Let
Souls.
me put it this way, just before you eloquently put this. Metal Gear Solid is the blockbuster movie that you go and see. It is the Interstellar of the movie industry. Dark Souls is like an indie flick that is really, really damn good, but it's also just a wee bit niche. Do you know? Like it feels niche in terms of its popularity. It doesn't now because we've sat on it for so long and it's like a cult hit.
Hmm.
But Metal Gear Solid feels like that. That blockbuster title for me.
I'd probably take that, and it's like I'd say actually, like now, the Metal Gear Solid's more the
Yeah,
Dark Knight,
yeah.
and Dark Souls is Interstellar because Dark Souls make you think, and Metal Gear Solid is more the pure entertainment aspect of it. The thing that Dark Souls has over it for me is the fact that it has birthed its own fucking genre, which is mad when I'm just sitting thinking about it, like the Soulsborne genre,
Solid
Souls game.
likes aren't a thing anymore.
No, it's not at all. There's ones that, but then at the same time,
Stealth games, love them.
stealth games, tactical
Tactical espionage action.
And you think about all the other ones that have birthed your Splinter Cells and all the rest of that tried, and same with the Souls genre. It pales in comparison. I'm lingering on it because I'm like, before I gently recommend that it gets shown the door, it's just to give props for its due to Dark Souls, because I do think that Metal Gear Solid just takes it.
We're talking greatest games ever, Liam. Do you know what I mean? Like apples and oranges, and sometimes you want an apple, and sometimes you want an orange, and Metal Gear Solid's an apple in this case.
Indeed. Well, we shall move on then, because Metal Gear Solid makes it through to the final. Now, before we do move on to the final, if you enjoyed this show, this epic conclusion to this, and you want to support us, you can. It won't cost you a penny. Just go join the free Patreon community. Visit patreon.com/pixelparents. You get every show, chats, bonus shows, all for free, all the time. And please, if you can, if you stayed with us this long, subscribe to it on YouTube as well at youtube.com/@pixelparentspodcast. Now, Scott, let's wrap this up. There's one match left, one decision. This is it. 2 years later, the Pixel Pix Showdown comes down to this moment where we're going to crown the greatest game of all time. And that's between The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Metal Gear Solid. Interestingly, two 90s games made it this far. Wonder if that says a lot about us. Sort of bias coming out there.
Child of the 90s. I know you were like in your 20s at that point. So,
bastard. I'm just a child of the 80s, just by 4 months. But yeah, it's listen, I'm actually really, really happy that these two have made it that far. It's a tough decision, it really is. And I'm glad, if there's two games that's going to make it rise to the top of that, to the semis, or to the final, sorry. I mean, come on. 2 years worth to kind of boil it down to those two.
Cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop.
Cream of the crop. To quote the Savage one.
Yeah.
Oh, Liam.
It's not easy at all. I mean, look, Metal Gear Solid was what we're talking about. I'm just going to stay in it here. The grandfather of modern stealth games, as we know. And as we talked about, Kojima, know the rest of it as well. And icons were born, mascots were born, Super Smash Brothers, etc. Then you think about Link and what they've done for him as well. You talk about also Super Smash Brothers. Wee bit unfair because he's part of the Nintendo roster. But it's Ocarina of Time as well. It's such a transgenerational game. We're going to be remaking that shortly as well, if the rumours are true. I wish they'd do the same with Metal Gear Solid, Because it'd be interesting to kind of take them both in the light of day to be like, which one has the better staying power? You just kind of got to go back. I'm trying to find a way to make this answer easy for us, because it's like, you talk about splitting hairs. Christ, man, we've got the microscopes out, the razor blades, try to split this last hair. My gut is saying Ocarina of Time because of that one word that I used all the way through it to carry it this far. Ocarina of Time is like gaming mythology at this point. You know what I mean? It's a core part of gamer identity. As I'm not saying Metal Gear Solid isn't,
Metal Gear Solid is equally mythological.
I think right now, if I'm going to just crown it the best game ever, though, I think Metal Gear Solid shows its age and flaws more than what Ocarina of Time does now.
I don't know, Liam. I don't know. Having just played it, I think I could disagree with it. This is coming from a, ridiculously tired and, massive fan of Metal Gear Solid, but it's... I think that you're talking about that, mythological aspect of Zelda, and I get it. I do get it, because it has this aura behind it that it is, it is excellent, right? And that's fine. But so does Metal Gear Solid. Like, Metal Gear Solid, it's in my head, I see them both coming towards me in bright light, just going, oh, it's just like that. I can see them both doing that. At the end of the day, I'd be happy with either one of them winning it. I really would. And it's not. There's no skin in the game here. I personally would prefer Metal Gear Solid wins it. I would, and I think that's the bias in me showing. I'm not the BBC here, but it's. I just don't know how you make the case for it. I don't know how you make the case for Ocarina of Time. If I'm being truthfully honest either, I think both of them have flaws. Both of them have strengths. Both of them have weaknesses. But I think that if I am picking the greatest game of all time, every single day of the week I'm picking Metal Gear Solid. But you would say the same for Ocarina of Time. So it's like...
Not necessarily so. It's more like that this is a nightmare scenario in some regards.
Yeah.
Because, Metal Gear Solid, again, mother argument, it's Metal Gear Solid.
Mm-hmm. But it's Ocarina of Time. It's like...
I know, I think the part for me is that magic. It's like what it means to be a gamer. I think I could give that, if it's a Unity Plus, it's the greatest game of all time. And...
Listen,
I give
let me
that
just cut it for a second. The Pixel Picks list was always about games that we want to pass down to the next generation and show them what it meant to be like as a gamer at that time. And I think Ocarina of Time does that in a better way than Metal Gear Solid ever has done.
I totally agree with you. And I say that because I have these games in possession, and Ocarina of Time is the one that I've done that with already. Like, and I'm playing with my son, it's like that's the one that's kind of like Zelda's the series.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid is like I have to wait. Disadvantage, and it's not that Metal Gear Solid, again, I'm splitting hairs, but it's also like I know that I could hand over that at any time. I could freeze frame now, and I could do 10, 15 years time in Ocarina of Time. By then both these games will be remade, say, right? But the OG one, it's like they'll keep going back to that and they'll find out that's going to be the vinyl, and I know Metal Gear Solid will be a tougher sell, which pains me. Because I think you've got to see past the general blockiness of both these games. But I don't know. I'm with you. I think there's a magic. The word I'm looking for is a magic, and ultimately, what does it mean to be a gamer, I suppose? And it's like to have fun.
Yeah.
But also to harness that little bit of childlike glee at all times. Even, we're all big kids at the end of the day. These are toys. I mean, these are fucking toys we're talking about. And it's like Zelda, that adventure that it takes you on. I'm leaning towards it. But it's paying me because I'm glad that cast of characters, the ingenious stuff that Metal Gear Solid did. I mean, like, we still talk about the Psycho Mantis fight. You know what I mean? The sheer rosters, overnight heroes and villains that you will know for the rest of your gaming lives. But then again, the story, Zelda. The first time you wake up in that little time skip forward,
Aye.
and all that, and it's just
When you pick up that sword, and when you do skip forward in time, it's incredible. When you learn all the different songs on the ocarina, when you find out that you can fast travel back to the Temple of Time and do it all backwards again, it's like, wow, this is just something special. And then you start just fanning about with all the secrets and stuff and everything else that you can find in between. It's a game of exploration, and you get to be the hero. Do you know what I mean? Like, you get to play that hero, and that's what we all want in games.
Yeah.
With Metal Gear Solid, you get to play a hero, but who's also a wee bit of an arsehole, which I quite like. But Link is just, you are Link. You can be Link, you can be you can be anyone else, and you get to enjoy that the way that you want to enjoy it. If you want to burst through that at 1,000,000 miles an hour, you can do that. If you want to make your way slowly through and climb that tower to fight Ganondorf at the end, you can do that as well.
Okay.
And whatever way you do it is fine, and it doesn't judge you for that. And yeah, I think that I'm not unhappy with it being Ocarina of Time. Again, if we were having this conversation last month, Liam, I don't think I'd forgive you ever. I think that this might be the breaking point, but it's not.
Also, and you're right, but also it's testimony to what this list and building up to this showdown has meant, and the journey that we've all been on, and getting to kind of experience that now, cold light of day. And it's like, yeah, without this podcast, I can't remember the game it was. It's Final Fantasy VII. There's certain games that pop out in this whole journey to get here, and without that, it goes to show you there. It's the experience, it's the storied past as to why I'm believing that we're about to crown The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So say congratulations then, because it's now then officially crowned as the greatest game of all time. Applause all round. And that caps off, Scott, the end of the journey. Talked about lots of adventures and characters and all the rest of it. What better characters than us two on this show? What better adventure than going along that top 100 games than what has been the most epic episode of this podcast to date? To be fair, man, if we're going to do it, it had to be this one, didn't it?
Yes,
had to be
it
this
did.
one. This is our end game moment. What does it mean next? You're just going to tune in and see what happens. Got some cool plans on the way, but there's going to be a little bit of a void as we're going to just kind of marinate on this journey. The top 100 games are there. Please go check it out. Like I said, it's on our social media. It's on all the Patreons and all that, and you can see it. Play through the games. Start with Ocarina of Time. Be intrigued to see what you guys think. Do you agree? Is it the greatest game of all time? What's your greatest game of all time? Was it Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games?
It's robbed. It's been robbed, Liam.
It's been robbed indeed, but it does bring us to the end of this week's very epic podcast. But just before we get into the usual, a big, massive, heartfelt thanks to Scott and everybody else, everybody that's watched, listened, been part, Alex, of this journey, that's joined us there every step. It's genuinely been one of the greatest pleasures I've had in my gaming career, I suppose, at this point. So
saying this as if he's given up podcasting for the rest of his life.
No,
This is like a goodbye.
I'm about to Tony start my way out of this one.
Tony Soprano. Well, let's thank Liam as well for everything that he's done. The man's worked tirelessly to put this together, and dealing with technical issues aside, we got there in the end. We are recording this rather late in the evening, if you cannot tell.
Yeah. No, we're quite tired. But I will say, thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Remember, it's so important out there that you just go support small independent games media. If you like what you hear, you enjoy what you've just heard, give us a share on social media. Tell your friends about us. New podcast to check out. Leave a wee 5-star review. Whatever it is that you do, it does make a massive, massive difference. And we just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everybody that does do so and joins us each and every week. And if you want to take a step further and join our Patreon community for free, it's free all the time, patreon.com/pixelparents, and you'll get all the other bonus stuff and a good way to keep in touch there as well. In the test time, Scott, where can people find you if they want to chat more with you online?
I'm at on Blue Sky, llamaman.bsky.social, talking about all things Days Gone, surprisingly.
We are surprised indeed. As for me, you can get me at carmelite.bsky.social, where, who knows, I might be talking a few things maybe about Crimson Desert again soon. We'll see what happens, Scott. We're on the eve of Saros at the time of recording, so we'll see what happens.
True.
Big massive thank you to our producer and music man, the very talented and handsome Mr. Sean Murray. Go show him some love. Check out his work on Instagram at barehandsdesigns and barehandsdesigns.com. Like we says, go listen to the next episode on all major podcast platforms. You can follow us on Blue Sky at pixelparents.bsky.social. Even write to us at pixelparentspodcast@gmail.com. Again, wherever you are, like, share, subscribe, and play the top 100 video games, starting with the greatest video game of all time, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. That is inevitable, Scott. That happened.
It did happen.
Until next time, stay safe, stay sane, and thanks for listening.
Now go to bed, everyone. Go and sleep now.
Or wake up, whatever you do.
Nah, don't wake up. Just go to bed. Even if it's the morning, go and sleep.